Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Guidental. This is Dr. Saib Singh. So the subject for today's video is going to be oral pathology. This is the second part of the subject or the second video for the subject. Whatever topics I'll be mentioning in the video are also mentioned in my blog by the name of Guidental, the link for which is given in the description. So starting with the topic of benign and malignant lesions, you need to know definitions of neoplasm, teratomas, hamartomas and choriostomas. In squamous papilloma, you need to know the etiology, clinical features. Clinical features focus on cauliflower appearance, most common sites, and that it is associated with Cowden syndrome. Histopathology in detail with diagrams. Keratoacanthoma, the synonyms, that is self-healing carcinoma and molluscum sebaceum and verrucoma. In origin, you should know it originates from pyrosebaceous glands, and the etiology only 2 to 3 names will do. Histopathology of keratoacanthoma has to be done in detail. Oral nevi or mole, classification in detail. 2 MCQs that could be asked. Junctional nevi are present in infants and children. Then compound nevi are usually present in young adults, which mature into intramucosal nevi present in late adults. Most common of the nevi are intramucosal nevus, then followed by common blue nevus. Clinical features of oral nevi, you have to mention the most common intraoral sites. In histopathology, it has to be done in detail. Do explain about the nest or theques and the aptrophung or dropping off effect with the diagrams. Coming to pre-malignant lesions, here you need to know difference between pre-malignant lesion and a condition with examples. This is very commonly asked in a bio. Dysplasia and carcinoma in situ, you should know the difference between the two and the cellular changes of dysplasia. Coming to leukoplakia, you need to know the WHO definition, etiology, that is tobacco and alcohol in detail, most common intraoral sites, clinical types with any one morphological features of each type of each clinical subtype, histopathology in detail with diagrams, and the OLP system of leukoplakia grading. Coming to erythroplakia, you need to know WHO definition, etiology, only the names, clinical types and presentation of the lesion, histopathology in brief, that is 1 to 2 points, and differential diagnosis, only 1 or 2 names. Oral submucosal fibrosis or OSMF, you need to know the Pindberg and Sitzart definition, etiological factors explain about the betel quid chewing, Chiles mechanism. These betel quid chewing and Chiles mechanism has to be explained in detail. Clinical features mention the most common intraoral sites and 2 to 3 differences in clinical features between early and advanced OSMF. Histopathology has to be done in detail according to the stage of OSMF and according to connective tissue grading of OSMF. Coming to nicotine stomatitis or smoker's palate, the definition of smoker's palate and reverse smoker's palate, clinical features, that is the most common intraoral sites and the clinical presentation of lesion. Histopathology has to be done in brief, that is only 1 to 2 points. Coming to snuff pouch or tobacco pouch, the definition, most common intraoral sites, color of the lesion, clinical presentation, histopathology, the epithelium and chevron-like keratinization. These features have to be explained. The next topic is basal cell carcinoma or rodent ulcer or teardrop cancer. You should know it is the most common malignancy in humans. In etiology, the UV light etiology has to be explained in detail. Clinical features, the most common site is the middle third of face, with there is a diagram depicting the most common sites of basal cell carcinoma on the face. So that diagram on the box, basically involving the mid face, upper mid face and the lower mid face. So that has to be drawn in your exams, during your theory exams. And also you need to know the names of only the names of the clinical subtypes. Histopathology, any one feature in each of the clinical subtypes of basal cell carcinoma, along with diagram. Diagram will be a general diagram of basal cell carcinoma. Since next topic is squamous cell carcinoma, you need to know it is the most common malignant neoplasm of the oral cavity. Etiology, any 2 to 3 names. Histopathology, you need to know histopathologic subtypes, that is well differentiated, moderately differentiated and poorly differentiated, in detail with diagrams. That is 3 diagrams for all the 3 types. Next is verrucous carcinoma. You should know it is a Warty variant of SCC, that is squamous cell carcinoma. Etiology and clinical features in brief, any 2 points each. Histopathology in detail with diagrams. Do mention about the bulbous elephant foot retillages. Next is malignant melanoma. We need to know the etiology, phases of growth, that is radial and vertical. A, B, C, D, E diagnosis of malignant melanoma. Histopathology in detail with diagrams. Oral fibroma, you need to know the clinical presentation and the histopathology in detail with diagram. Lipoma, need to know the most common intraoral site. Any one feature or two features in histopathology, no need of diagram on lipoma. And the variants of lipoma, only the names and what they are. Means, example, the adenomatoid lipoma is a glandular variant of lipoma. So like that, the definitions of variants of lipoma you should know. Coming to the next topic, that is hemangioma. You need to know the Watson and McCarthy classification. The clinical features, you need to know about the most common intraoral sites and the clinical presentation of the lesion. Radiological features, know about the sunburst appearance. Histopathology has to be done in detail about capillary and cavernous hemangioma, 2 to 3 points each with a diagram. Coming to lymphangioma, the histopathological subtypes with any one feature each. In neurofibroma, the definition, histopathological features in brief with diagram. Do mention about the wavy nuclei. In neurolimoma or schwannoma, most common site, clinical presentation, histopathology, mention about antennae type A arrangement, antennae type B arrangement and the verrucate bodies with diagram. Fibrosarcoma, the clinical features, that is the most common extraoral site, which is tibia. Tibia is the bone in your thighs, and pathological features. Histopathology has to be done in detail, all the three types, that is well differentiated or low grade, intermediate and low differentiated or high grade fibrosarcoma with the diagrams. Osteosarcoma, the clinical features, you should know the most common intraoral sites, signs and symptoms given by the patient. Definition of variants of osteosarcoma, that is periosteal, paraosteal and extraosseous. Radiological features or the you need to know the radiographic types, only the names, that is osteoblastic and osteolytic type, and the sundry appearance that has to be explained in detail. Histopathological subtypes, you need to know the chondroblastic, osteoblastic, fibroblastic and telangiectatic, that is the names and any one histopathological features in each with the diagram. In Kaposi sarcoma, you need to know the etiology and names of the clinical variants. In Ewing sarcoma or round cell sarcoma, you need to know the etiology in detail. Radiological features, know about the onion skin appearance and the filigree pattern in histopathology. Malignant lymphoma, there are two, that is non-Hodgkin's and Hodgkin's. In Hodgkin's, you need to know about the Reed-Sternberg cells, that's it. In non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you should know the etiology and about Burkitt's lymphoma, that is, it's a B-cell malignancy, names of the three forms of Burkitt's lymphoma and starry sky pattern in histopathology. Then the last topic in benign and malignant lesions is multiple myeloma. So you should, there's only one MCQ that can be asked, that in multiple myeloma, multiple punched out radiolucencies in skull is found. The next chapter is fungal infections. Here you need to know the classification, that is superficial, deep and opportunistic mycosis. Any three fungi names in each. Candidiasis has to be studied in detail. What you need to study? Synonyms, that is oral thrush and moniliasis. Classification in detail, that is primary and secondary oral candidiasis. Acute pseudomembranous candidiasis, the clinical features and the histopathology in detail with diagrams. Atrophic candidiasis, need to know about bald tongue, antibiotic sore mouth and the kissing lesion. Angular cheilitis, you need to know the etiological mechanism. Chelocandidiasis definition. Chronic hyperplastic candidiasis or candidate leukoplakia, only the definition you need to know. Coming to viral infections, the classification can be done from microbiology, your second year, and the oral manifestations of HIV, that is group 1, 2 and 3 lesions have to be done in detail. The next chapter is dental caries. You need to know the definition. Acidogenic, proteolytic and proteolysis chelation theory in detail. Etiology in detail. Clinical classification in detail with definitions and any two histopathological features of each. Clinical classification. Zones of enamel caries and dental caries in brief, any 2 points in each with the diagrams. Caries activity tests that can be done from a public dentistry or PhD or community dentistry. The next chapter is injuries of oral cavity. Here, coming to the first topic, that is bruxism. Bruxism, you need to know the definition, etiology in brief, focus mainly on the psychological factors. Clinical features mention the the effects of bruxism on the teeth as well as the TMJ and the muscles of mastication. Management of bruxism in brief, 2 to 3 points. In regressive alterations of teeth, you need to know the definition, etiology, 2 to 3 points. Clinical features, again 2 to 3 points. And management a little in detail, that is 4 to 5 points for atresion, abrasion, erosion and abfraction. Coming to internal resorption, you need to know the definition, synonyms, that is pink tooth of memory or internal granuloma or odontoclastoma. The etiology in brief, any 2 to 3 points. Clinical and radiological features, 2 to 3 differences between inflammatory and metaplastic resorption. Management, that is, there are two management. Root canal treatment if the tooth is not perforated, and extraction if the tooth is perforated. So you can mention it as it is in your exams. Coming to external resorption or dentinoclastoma, you need to know the definition, etiology, any 2 to 3 points. Clinical features and the radiological features, any 2 points each. Management, RCT or restoration of lost structure in case of cervical resorption. Coming to osteoradionecrosis, you need to know the definition, etiology, any 5 points. Clinical and radiological features, any 2 points each. Do mention about the moth-eaten appearance. Coming to metallic intoxications, in bismuth you need to know about bismuth line. In lead you need to know the wrist drop or foot drop clinical feature, Burtonian line, and the swelling of salivary gland. The swelling of salivary gland is only found in lead, so this you should know. It might be asked in a MCQ or bio. Mercury, you need to know acrodynia or Pink's disease or Swift disease, and the oral manifestations, any 2 or 3. In silver, know about argyrosis and amalgam tattoo. Aspirin burn, just know the definition and the oral manifestations. That's it. The next topic is allergic and immunologic diseases. Here you need to know about recurrent aphthous stomatitis. In recurrent aphthous stomatitis, you should know etiology. That is HLA-B51 gene, T-cell mediated, and Magic syndrome and Pafapa syndrome. Clinical classification and comparative table for the same. And the histopathology, know about the anti-SCO cells. Coming to Behcet syndrome or oculo-orogenital syndrome, etiology, HLA-B51. Diagnostic criteria based on clinical features you need to know. And histopathology, just know there is leukocytoclastic vasculitis. Only this one term you can mention, that's it. In Reiter syndrome, you need to know etiology, that is pleuropneumonia-like organisms or PPLO. Clinical features, learn about the tetrad of manifestations and oral white lesions. Only these two you have to explain. Next is sarcoidosis. You need to know the etiology, that is Mycobacterium and Propionibacterium. Clinical features, that is bilateral hilar lymphadenopathy, lupus pernio lesions, oral fever blisters, definitions or disease combinations forming Lofgren syndrome and Hereford syndrome or uveiparotid fever. Histopathology, know about the Schaumann bodies and asteroid bodies. And in diagnosis, you should know about the Queen-Slitsback test. So thank you so much for watching the second part of oral pathology. If you found this video to be useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Guide Dental for further updates. Thank you so much.